Investors can mainly be split into two groups: passive investors and active investors. Passive investors will just buy index funds and be happy to make market returns. Active investors, on the other hand, will try to pick specific investments and try to beat the market. Now, statistics show that 96% of all fund managers do not beat the market over the long term. However, think about it. That means that 4% of fund managers do beat the market. Let me introduce you to Cathie Wood. Cathie is a professional fund manager and the founder of Ark Invest. Cathie is on fire at the moment because she is crushing the returns of the S&P 500. Her company, Ark Invest, specializes in disruptive innovation. And she has created 7 different ETFs that investors can invest in. And they are basically in all the cool and sexy sectors. There is autonomous technology and robotics, space exploration, 3D printing, the blockchain, fintech, and the genomic revolution. So in this video, I'm going to be revealing her full 7 ETF portfolio. I'll also show you exactly how much money she's making, and then we'll finish with the performance of these ETFs against the S&P 500. And the results just might surprise you. As always, if you find anything in this video useful, be sure to click that like button. That would be much appreciated, and every like does help. Okay, sit back and relax, guys. Here is the full portfolio of Cathie Wood of Ark Invest. So here is what we've got coming up. We're first going to look about the company, so I'll show you a quick video so you get to meet Cathie Wood and also take a look at Ark Invest from the inside. We'll then take a look at Cathie Wood's Disruptive Innovations 7 ETF portfolio. And then we'll finish and see the performance, how they have all done against the S&P 500. We're all about finding the next big thing. Those hewing to the benchmarks, which are backward looking, are not about the future. They are about what has worked. We're all about what is going to work. So here's a little bit about the company.
Ark is a global investment firm, and we are focused only on disruptive innovation. That's our sole focus. We believe that investors are missing out on some amazing opportunities out there just because of how the traditional financial world is set up. It's very siloed and specialized in a world where technology is permeating every sector and innovation platforms are converging. DNA sequencing, robotics, energy storage, artificial intelligence, blockchain technology. These are the 5 major innovation platforms today that are evolving at the same time. We have never seen this amount of innovation evolving at the same time in history.
Ark is not your traditional investment firm. Most firms are managed around sectors, a market cap, or pre-existing industries. We're really focused on figuring out where the world's headed and the key technology platforms that will lead us there. We're trying to deal with much larger narratives. We're trying to figure out what is the world of transportation going to look like 5 to 10 years from now? How much energy is going to be generated and stored using either solar or lithium-ion battery cells? How much of software is going to shift over to artificial intelligence over the next 10 years? We're trying to figure out the macro trends of technology over the next 5 to 10 years. And that's much more exciting than maybe working out the minutiae of the next quarter or so.
In our research process, we usually start with the top down. We'll see where the technology is that we're looking at along the S-curve. We'll also use Wright's law to determine the cost dynamics that we see in the particular market that we're trying to size. In that process, usually names come to us, and then we'll do the bottom-up fundamental work from there. We'll assign 5-year valuation targets to all of our companies, and we'll also qualitatively score all the companies that we look at. It's really all about collaboration and transparency. The office itself is actually an open office that helps foster collaboration with the analysts, also between teams. A lot of the names that we look at are working on more than one technology platform at once, so that collaboration is really important. In terms of transparency, we publish all of our research online. We use social media outlets like Twitter. We started a podcast. We also have a weekly newsletter. We're really just looking to put our ideas out there and actually get feedback on our work because we think that helps ultimately further the research and get to the truth.
Traditional investment firms are having trouble, we believe, understanding the magnitude of the innovations that are taking place today. Investment firms that are not set up appropriately to analyze and research and invest in disruptive innovation are going to be depriving investors of some of the biggest opportunities of our lifetime.
So here it is, guys, the Cathie Woods 7 ETF portfolio. Now, the first 5 ETFs are actively managed and the final 2 are passively managed. And we're working in billions of dollars. So this is the assets under management. Okay. So as you can see, the biggest chunk is the flagship ETF, which is the Ark Innovation ETF, ticker symbol ARK-K. And this actually makes up 57% of all the assets under management. Next is the Ark Next Generation Internet ETF, ticker ARK-W, making up 15%. Another 15% in the Ark Genomic Revolution, ARK-G. 4% in the Ark Fintech Innovation, ARK-F. 4% in the Ark Autonomous Technology and Robotics, ARK-Q. 3% in the 3D Printing ETF, PRNT. And the final 2% in Israeli Innovative Technology ETF, IZRL. So add all these together, and she is looking after approximately, at the time of recording, 16 billion of assets under management. Now, most of these ETFs, she's charging a fee of 0.75%. So that would mean she's raking in a revenue in fees of over $100 million. So pretty good going. Ark Innovation ETFs are for investors who are passionate about the future, believing that innovation is the key to growth. And let's take a look at the performance against the S&P 500. So this is S&P 500 performance for the last 5 years, and this is 500 of the largest US stocks, which is the US market as a whole. So the 5-year annualized performance is 14% per year. Now, the return of the S&P since inception is closer to about 10%. So at 14%, the last 5 years has been really, really strong. So this is the benchmark. First up, the Ark Innovation flagship ETF, and its 5-year performance is a whopping 84%. And this is why Cathie Wood is now starting to get lots of publicity, because her flagship product is crushing the S&P 500. Next up, the Ark Autonomous Technology and Robotics. 5-year performance of nearly 50% a year. Again, excellent performance. But you'll also notice that most of the gains is coming in this last year, similar with the flagship. Next, Ark Next Generation Internet. A 5-year performance of, I say, only almost 20% per year. That is still double the average of the S&P. Ark Genomic Revolution. A 5-year performance of 56% per year. Again, crushing the S&P, but again, most of it's come in the last year. The Ark Fintech Innovation. This one's relatively new, so we only have 1 year's worth of data. However, in 1 year, it's almost doubled. Then to the passively managed ETFs, the 3D Printing ETF. So this we've got 4 years worth of data, and it's only returned about 5% a year. Now this one's really interesting because it's the only one that hasn't followed the trend of all the other sectors, which is very strange. And finally, the Israel Innovative Technology ETF. So we only have 1 year on this one, and it's up 30% for the year. Again, a very strong performance. Now, if you wanted to invest in these ETFs, it's going to be different depending on your country. So in this chart, it shows the different ETFs and it's color coordinated. So the green ticks are the ones that are available in the US. The purple ticks are the one available in Canada. The red ticks are the ones available in Japan. And the yellow ticks are the ones available in Europe, Singapore, Australia, and New Zealand. Investment firms that are not set up appropriately to analyze and research and invest in disruptive innovation are going to be depriving investors of some of the biggest opportunities of our lifetimes. Okay, there you are, guys. That was the portfolio of one of the top performing investment managers right now, Cathie Wood. Her 5-year performance so far is excellent. However, the question is, can she beat the S&P 500 over the long term? 96% of fund managers do not. So is Cathie Wood a unicorn? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, just one favor to ask. If you did find anything in this video useful, be sure to click that like button. That would be much appreciated, and every like does help. If you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to click the subscribe button below and join us. I do have some great videos coming up that you don't want to miss. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.